Alright YouTube, and welcome to another Borderlands 3 news and information video. This one will be quickly going over the Amara trailer and skill information which we got today. So when these trailers drop, I always let you guys know about the hidden shift code that you can find within the trailer, but for the Amara one it looks like the shift code was exactly the same as the one from the Zane trailer, which gets you the Krieg Community Day head and skin. I'll still have this code down below in the description for any of you guys who may have missed it, so that you can copy and paste it across from the description. Another quick thing I just want to say before we start, if you scan the QR code on the screen right now with your mobile phone, you can go ahead and follow my Twitter account. More often than not, I follow back other Borderlands fans and content creators because I like my feed being filled with Borderlands news and Borderlands related content. And you can also drop me a DM over there if any of you guys are interested in joining the Vault Hunter network. I'll have the video about the Vault Hunter network in the top right of the screen right now, so you guys can go and take a look at that if you are interested. Without further ado guys, let's dive into this new Amara trailer. So as with the previous trailers, you can access this through the Borderlands VIP activities page and get yourself 250 points for watching the trailer and 100 points for reading the article which covers her skills. As for the trailer itself, I found it to be very underwhelming in comparison to the Zane and Mo's trailers we got recently, but that doesn't mean it was a bad trailer by any means. It was good. I enjoyed it, but I just feel like we got a lot of information and character details in those two trailers, and this Amara trailer was sort of lacking in that area a little bit. We already knew that Amara was basically a Batman, Catwoman, vigilante, crime fighter, and that's pretty much all the information that this trailer gave us. And we already learned most of that from the Echolog in the Commando Lilith DLC. If anything, I personally think that they should have released this trailer first, then Zane, and then Mo's. But all's good, because hopefully the Flak trailer we get on Thursday will make up for this, and you can expect a long video from me when the Flak one drops, because I'm honestly so very excited to see what we have in store. So that's the trailer out of the way, so I'm going to very quickly go over the skills. I'll try not to go on for too long, because I'm pretty sure most of this is old news, so I do apologise if I do rush this a little bit. I'll try and keep it short and touch on some key points. So we have 3 skill trees, which are Fist of the Elements, Mystical Assault, and Brawl. I believe Fist of the Elements is the skill tree I got to try out at Comic Con, where I used Amara's phase grasp ability. I chose this because it was the nice, easy, comfortable option for me, very similar to Maya's phase cast, which if you guys don't know, she's my favourite character from Borderlands 2, and I just really love playing as Sirens, especially Maya. So I'm going to quickly go over this quote from Grant Cow. I really like these little quotes we get from the devs, I think they're super cool. I believe Grant Cow is also the same guy who gave us the quote about Zane in the Zane article. So he says, for an early advantage, Amara players can go down the Fist of the Elements skill tree and grab Infusion and the Soulfire action skill element. This will convert a portion of your weapon damage to incendiary damage. Incendiary damage is great for flesh enemies, so Children of the Vault bandits and skags are very vulnerable. Paired with Anima, Tempest or Wildfire, Amara quickly becomes an elemental wizard who applies DOTS to incinerate the battlefield. And then of course we get our skill examples for this tree, which are Wildfire, Catharsis and Conflux. With Wildfire, the hint is in the name. This skill adds a percentage chance that the status effect you apply to an enemy can spread onto other enemies, which is something I'm definitely down for experimenting with. Then we have Catharsis, which makes enemies that have elemental effects applied to them explode on death, causing an elemental blast radius that can impact other enemies. And then finally Conflux, which provides Amara with a random chance to electrocute, ignite or melt an enemy anytime you apply a status effect to them. So of course, as you can see, this tree focuses heavily on elemental effects and elemental damage, and that's something that I really loved about playing Maya, so will without a doubt be something that I enjoy using when I play as Amara. It also says that you can get an augment for your phase grasp, which summons an additional arm that smashes anything nearby the grasped enemy, and I'm excited to use that and see how it works in combat. So next up guys, we have Mystical Assault, focusing around the action skill phase cast, which is an astral projection that bombards everything in its path with a flurry of fists. This skill tree features skills such as Transcend, Laid Bare and Avatar. Transcend grants increased accuracy and critical hit bonus after activating an action skill. Laid Bare is arguably the most interesting skill I've read about so far, because it essentially acts as Slag from Borderlands 2, which as we know is not making a return in Borderlands 3. So the skill Laid Bare makes enemies take increased damage from all sources after they get hit by your action skill. So if you imagine using this on a boss and then laying into them with some bullets, this is essentially an example of Slag mechanics making a return to Borderlands 3. Then lastly we have Avatar, which lets you activate your action skill while it's still cooling down, once per cooldown, which is mental in my opinion. I don't really understand how that's going to work, but I'm excited to see it nonetheless. So the augments for this skill tree will improve the astral projection of phase cast by increasing damage for every enemy you manage to hit with it, and also having the hit deal explosive damage upon impact. And lastly we have the Brawl skill tree, which personally doesn't interest me that much. I've never been that great with melee characters like Krieg or Melee Zero, and I can't see myself using the brawl skill tree that much for Amara in Borderlands 3. Her action skill for this tree is called Phase Slam, and this is something we've seen a lot of gameplay for already in footage released by streamers at the reveal event, etc. So I won't talk about it all that much. However, the example skills that we get start with Find Your Center, which ups your melee damage and grants an increase to your melee range after you use an action skill. Guardian Angel, which sounds a lot like Dying Wish from Black Ops 4 Zombies. It basically gets you out of fight for your life automatically while generating a powerful elemental nova and giving you some of your health back. Now this skill is balanced by an incredibly long cooldown, so as long as you don't go into fight for your life too often and use this skill in emergency situations, this could come in handy for some tricky bosses or something along those lines. And then we have Blitz, which delivers an amped up melee attack that dashes a short distance and deals elemental damage. Blitz's cooldown instantly resets if you manage to get a kill with it, meaning that you can chain some powerful melee attacks providing you are strong enough to get constant kills with this skill. Again, the augments for this skill tree include an elemental beam which you can fire before slamming down on enemies with Phase Slam, which sounds like a pretty cool addition to the basic Phase Slam attack if you ask me. So yeah, that's it for Amara and her skills. We get this sweet new picture at the end, which I'll show you right now, much like we did with Zane and Mose. All I can say now is that I'm really excited to see Flak on Thursday, because I'm pretty sure that his trailer and stuff is going to be way more interesting than Amara, because we know virtually nothing about Flak. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Please be sure to drop me a like if you enjoyed. Again, scan the QR code on the screen right now to follow me over on Twitter. Drop a comment down below letting me know what you thought of this trailer and whether or not you agree that it wasn't as good as the Zane and Mose ones. And as always, guys, drop a subscription if you're new or enjoy Borderlands, and stay tuned for more Borderlands 3 related content including news, guides and more. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.